Stop it. The psychiatrist's office. Here is a short story about a woman who enters a psychiatrist's office carrying a long list of fears, distractions, temptations, and habits, and discovers that healing is not about adding something to herself or taking something away, but accepting the peace already given. Catherine arrived 10 minutes early for her appointment. She sat in the waiting room beneath a ticking clock, holding a notebook filled with everything she believed was wrong with her. Fear of enclosed spaces, compulsive habits, destructive relationships, constant distraction, thoughts she could not seem to stop. She had written explanations beside each one, childhood memories, family patterns, personality types, horoscopes and theories gathered from years of trying to understand herself. When the office door opened, Dr. Simon waved her inside. His room was surprisingly simple. There was no examination table and no enormous leather couch. Only 2 chairs, a desk, a small plant, and a wide window overlooking the city. "Should I lie down?" Catherine asked. "No," Dr. Simon said. "Just sit." She opened her notebook. "I have a lot to explain. I imagine you do." Catherine began with her fear of being trapped. She described tunnels, elevators, airplanes, crowded rooms, and every frightening possibility her mind produced. Dr. Simon listened quietly. When she finished, he leaned forward. "I am going to give you 2 words." Catherine reached for her pen. "You probably will not need to write them down. I would feel better if I did." "Very well," he said. "Stop it." Catherine stared at him. "Stop what?" "Feeding the thought." She frowned. "That cannot be the whole treatment." "It is not about suppressing fear," he said. "It is about noticing when you begin constructing a prison from it and stopping your investment." Catherine crossed her arms. "But I cannot help what appears in my mind." "Perhaps not, but you can question whether it deserves your devotion." She turned to another page. "What about my distractions? Whenever I begin something meaningful, I suddenly need to check my messages, eat something, shop online, or reorganize the kitchen." "Stop it. My unhealthy relationships? Stop repeating what you already recognize as painful. My compulsions. Stop calling them comfort when they increase your suffering." Catherine closed the notebook sharply. "This feels too simple." Dr. Simon nodded. "The mind often prefers complexity because complexity delays a choice." "So I'm supposed to attack every thought?" "No. Attacking a thought gives it importance." "Then what am I supposed to do?" "Notice it. Feel what is present. Ask what purpose it serves. Then stop giving value to what does not lead to peace." Catherine looked toward the window. The city below was full of movement, traffic, people, lights, noise. Nothing outside had stopped. "What if the feeling is still there?" she asked. "Let the feeling be there without turning it into instructions." She became quiet. Dr. Simon continued, "Stopping does not mean shaming yourself. It does not mean forcing the body or pretending you are not upset. It means interrupting the decision to follow the same old teacher." "The same old teacher?" "The voice that tells you distraction will save you, temptation will complete you, addiction will comfort you, and blame will protect you." Catherine slowly reopened her notebook. "And what replaces that voice?" "Nothing needs to be added." She looked confused. Dr. Simon pointed toward the blank page beneath her lists. "Peace is not something you manufacture after fixing yourself. It is what becomes recognizable when you stop defending against it." Catherine thought about all the years she had spent trying to build a better version of herself. She had attempted to add confidence, discipline, insight, and spirituality. At the same time, she had tried to remove fear, neediness, anger, and desire. She had treated herself like a complicated renovation project. "What does A Course in Miracles call this?" she asked. "A change of mind." "So the miracle is not making all my problems disappear? The miracle is choosing a different way to see them." Catherine looked down at her notebook. Every page was crowded except the last one. On that blank page she wrote, "Stop making the error valuable." Then beneath it, "Accept what is given." Dr. Simon smiled. "That is more than 2 words." "I know," Catherine said, "but I finally understand the first 2. A familiar thought entered her mind. "This will never work. You will leave this office and become the same person again." Catherine noticed the thought. She did not fight it. She did not study its history. She did not ask it for further instructions. She simply said, "Stop it." Then she paused, breathed, and allowed another possibility. Peace is here before the next thought. When the session ended, Catherine walked back through the waiting room, carrying the same notebook and living in the same world. Nothing had been added. Nothing had been taken away. But she had stopped asking fear to tell her who she was. May we sing, rest, and dance our way home together.